You're really going to get into the inspection on this bus today, and you're going to see some really shocking discoveries. Some of the worst stuff I've seen in quite a while, and that's saying a lot for around here. Okay, you want to record it for me?
Okay.
That is not a good stand. Where's that one? But that one's really bad. Spin it. That is not pretty. Customer states bad wheel vibration at 70 miles an hour. Let's just take it off. Grab the drum and is the hub loose? Because it looked like it was moving a lot when we were banging on it.
Yeah.
This is sounding better. It's definitely a lot of metal. It's like a metal paste. It's weird that it's so hard to come off. If you just take your punch,
Yeah.
try it whichever way.
Trying to see which way. Straight on there.
Are those bearing ends? They sure don't look round from here. The bearings in the rollers in the cage, they look anything but round. You see them? On there. Half a turn out of adjustment. I'm sure they're going to be worn to shit. So.
There's the bearings coming out.
Okay.
Turn it.
The anticipation of waiting to see what the bearing look like is killing me. Oh shit. Oh my god. Keep turning it around. Look at that one. Let's spray it off with brake clean. On the highway next to you at 70 miles an hour. Oh my god. Okay, that thing was, I mean, is that broken?
Right here?
Yeah, no, maybe?
It's got a crack on it.
I mean, it is, this was one trip away from being a disaster. Yes, we can pop this bearing out, set it the other way. Set it face down so we can pop this out.
Maybe.
Oh, there it goes.
A little bit.
Oh yeah, it's just starting. Keep spinning. So it's really just the one roller that's super bad. Spin that roller for me. Yeah. Yeah, any day of the week that would be an extremely bad wheel bearing. But this week, it's known as the good one.
Okay, he was complaining about the rear end making some noises when hot. And we're getting a peek here at the bearings. And we could look through the axle shaft and we couldn't see any gear oil in there. So we drained the gear oil in the rear end. It's supposed to hold 5 gallons, which would be all the way to the top of that tub. And less than a gallon. That's by not even a half a gallon. You can see the 5-quart mark right there, and it's nowhere near it. So maybe 2 quarts came out of a 5-gallon rear end. And there's definitely some chunks and some stuff that came out of there. This ain't gonna be pretty. This is, wow. That is shocking. Did it look like it's got a big leak somewhere under there on that rear end?
Yeah, there's a leak in here.
Is it coming from the pinion seal?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. No, but that's crap. Yeah, it wasn't doing its job. Let's get this magnet in here. It could just be metal sludge that he saw coming out and heard, or there's some chunks. So we're running a magnet through there right now. It's been hot. That oil has been hot. I mean, you can imagine only having a couple quarts doing the job for gallons. That big, that's just...
That's a piece. Shark tooth.
Hard to say what it is, but I don't have a lot of high hopes for this one. Here you can see the pinion seal is definitely leaking. Let's check the backlash here on this rear end. We can see it's been leaking from that pinion seal. That's not a ton, considering how nasty that situation is going to be inside there. Because it's like instantly when you move it back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go the slightest amount until you hear it.
There.
Yep.
There. Right there.
Okay.
Right there's when I feel it. I don't hear it, but I feel it.
Yeah. Well, let's get that.
Little to none.
A little bit more to go still. Probably still go more. That's closer, yeah.
Maybe it didn't. Maybe he's trying to just do that.
What? Yeah, the
Because
exhaust.
there's nothing pushed up in it. It's all down.
The exhaust is definitely crushed. The generator. Wow.
Ready?
Yep.
Come over here.
There's air behind it. It's gonna. The oil's so thick.
There's oil, but not a lot. I think that's still leaking. Jiggle it. I see it. Try pushing it up with your finger. It's definitely still leaking, right?
Yeah.
That's
Must be something in there.
That must be the air leak. Well, I can't imagine it being contaminated. So this bus has an air dryer on it. We shouldn't be able to get oil into the air tanks like that with an air dryer. You can get a little bit of moisture, but that air dryer must not be working, or I'm guessing this might not be the original setup on it here. Somebody might have, that plumbing looks a little off, but here's an air line that's not hooked to anything. Where's that supposed to go to? That'll be interesting. I don't know if I heard that purge or not. That'll be part of our air brake test when we get things going, but either it doesn't work or something's seriously wrong, because all the air goes into that first, and it'd have to get oil into there after that, it'd have to go through that whole, man, that's a lot of oil. So we shouldn't, either it's been, I don't know if it's been replaced before, or either that or the air compressor obviously is bad too. Everything is on this bus, wow, crazy. Okay, so I got an RV antifreeze jug there. It's a 1 gallon jug. And we're gonna see how much gear oil actually came out of this thing. This gear oil is extra nasty looking and smelling. Chunk, is it a big chunk, or is it just like paste?
So, I don't know. I would say it's the part of a bearing or something. 'Cause it turned into crumble real easy or something. I don't know if that's metal.
Okay. So yeah, we're that's less than 2 quarts. About 1.5 quarts. I'm gonna measure the stroke on this brake here. If I go with where the thread start right there is at 2.5 right now between the knurl and the thread. Okay, go ahead and release it. I don't think it's all the way released. What's the air pressure at? $50? Yeah, I don't think it's releasing all the way. Then I got an air leak around this one. I think the one on the other side is leaking too. This is the passenger side, so I'm gonna go around and find all these little air leaks, because it's definitely leaking a lot.
Turning the whole thing.
You can't hold the wrench. Bring it around and it hits the drum. That'll stop it. Oh, it's turning the wheel.
Yeah.
When it gets to the steering stop, it'll stop.
Let's see where it goes. Sketchy.
Watch out for a flying wrench.
I hope that it's a locking nut as well. miss it. Or it's gonna, oh, well, I mean, it'll hit it, but then it'll probably come off.
Double fisted. Don't touch that. It's gonna be very hot. Now, the real test. Is that thing shot or is it hard to push in? Looks like it's hard to push in. Yeah. So, it's good to go. Spray some coil on it. I don't want to get your gloves though.
Double impact.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to double it to put it back. So here's the thing. This bus has very low miles. I mean, I've said it a bunch of times that sitting is the worst thing for these. And I'm assuming this is a factory conversion, so it was never a regular highway coach. And the odometer here says it has 87,779.3 miles. Very, very low miles. And you think about all the problems that we're finding. And I assume it just sat outside a long time somewhere and got water in it and stuff, and that's why the interior's getting gutted on it and everything. I'm guessing it had water damage. That would be my, I didn't ask, but that would be my first guess. But yeah, this one's rough. Pretty on the outside. Well, that's the end of it for today on this one. It's going to be the weekend, so we'll get into this next week again.